Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I tell you, we got this guest that's on the show today. Funny, one of the funniest guys in the business. I cannot wait. Because we got a lot of catching up to do. My good friend King Kedar. But I tell you what, before we even start this, I want to get the radio portion of it done. So Todd, let's do it. Boom.
By James J.C. Cooley.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the James Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and to overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I tell you, this is a actually wonderful Tuesday. Michelle and I are in Dallas, Texas, and it's raining, kind of wet here. We have been receiving rain lately, but I know California been getting a lot of it, but it's raining here. Hey, Todd, is it still raining up in California?
No, it's nice and dry. Everything's dried out now. We got lots of sun.
I guess you guys sent everything our way, but we'll be heading back to California real soon. Hey Todd, we had this young man on the show a while back. Man, he is funny.
Remember, he's a repeat offender. Back on the show. Last show was real entertaining, and I can't wait for the show.
I can't wait for the show. And I tell you, our viewers, listeners out there, if you want to be part of the show, whether you watch on E360 TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, StreamYard, over 25 plus other live streaming mechanism, or if you're listening to it on the radio, you can call in the radio station at 1-866-577-2473. Michelle, how are you doing, Dr. Denise Michelle Cooley? How you doing?
Oh, no. Dr. Michelle Cooley. Anyway, I'm fine. I am fine. I told you, no one calls me Denise except for my grandma. So you can't call me Denise. Got to call me Michelle or Shell or Shelly. But I'm doing good today. How are you?
Well, I'm doing just fine. I got out there, got my workout in there. I know you went and got yours in this morning. It's there's no better way to start a day than going to the gym or getting out there and getting your workout in. So that's set the stage for everything that's going to be coming forward.
Oh yeah, I go to F45, which is an amazing gym. And today was Strength Day. So, I've been going to them for a while and I love them. It's 45 minutes. It's what they call it, like a HIIT training or something I forgot what they call it, but it's a great workout. But the workout we're going to get today is to hear this amazing man, this amazing repeat guest, tell his story, share his wisdom, talk about his business and the things he's up to. So we're really excited about it.
I want to see what other new movies that he is in, and whether he's still doing his music, still doing albums, or was he telling jokes all across the country. So I tell you what, Michelle, let's get this started. Why don't you tell our viewers and our listeners the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce my great friend, the King.
Yes. Well, the title of the show is Getting to Know King Kedar. And we're going to get to know the background, the entrepreneur, actor, and comedian that he is. And we're going to talk about his career in the entertainment industry and his road to entrepreneurship and about the many facets of his business and empire. So let's talk a little bit about him. His name, again, is King Kedar, originally from Detroit by way of Washington, D.C., from the kitchen to the stage. And after over 20 years plus in entertainment, he became an entrepreneur, building his own business empire and Business Adom National Enterprise, creating King Comedy House comedy show and his own clothing line, ABO Ensembles. And his focus is on a brighter future for family. He is also an actor who has appeared on the HBO series Insecure, the television series The Resident, and the film Funny People. So we are welcoming back to the show King Kedar. Yay!
What's up, King? How you doing?
What's up, Papa? How y'all doing? Happy new. What's going on?
Man, it's anytime I get an opportunity to chat with you, man. It's first of all, it's always funny. Second of all, we two peas in the pot, and we're gonna have a great time. So how you been, bro?
I've been blessed, man. I can't complain. You know, the king, we always trying to get it done between business, family, and more business, family comedy, and more business, family comedy, and clothing line, and business, family music. Just working real hard, man. I can't complain. Last time we
Man,
talked, I chased somebody down the road, man. Remember
last time I chat with you, man, and you
that?
was supposed to be coming on the show, and you had just got your brand new Mercedes, and somebody ran into you or something. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that? Tell them exactly what you did.
Come on, man. that we all got that brother in us when it come out. I'm a businessman and CEO to the core. 90% of the time I'm suited and booted. In this particular time I was suited and booted. So I'm coming from a haircut over in Pico because I still go in the hood because that's where you get your cut that's good. Yes, sir. Going on over to Pico, I'm coming back, to the valley. And I'm on Highland, and this young guy in the old Golf, 2006 Golf, that two-door, that nothing but metal. He just decides, I'm going to get over right now really, really hard. And he slams into my car, slams me into another car, and then he balls out. And I said, oh, no, you didn't. I know you didn't just hit my big red car. You couldn't see this big red machine? So I put that thing in turbo. I chased him down the street. By the block. He drove a block before I cut him off. I got right in front of him and jumped out the car. I said, what's going on, brother? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I said, I ain't worried about that. Why did you run? I want to know why you just hit me, hit that other car. I said, you didn't see the big red Mercedes Benz? I'm so sorry. No, I don't want to hear that sorry. Why did you run? Where's your insurance? So make a long story short, he ran because he had insurance, but insurance had just went out. So I ended the tab. Ain't that a be?
Yeah. Hey, man, you see, Dr. Berry already said he was not letting the hit and run offender get away.
Nah, I wasn't going to let him get away. No, sir. Not my car. No, sir. And the bad part about it is I had that car, 6 months? And y'all know I work at Mercedes-Benz, so they gave me a nice hefty discount on that vehicle. So when he hit it, he took my money out that car. That's how it works, because now my car got an accident in it, so he took the worth out of it. And that's what I was pissed off. I wasn't pissed that he hit me. I was pissed that he hit me and took my money. Yes, sir. Yeah, but I'm blessed. I can't complain, man. It worked itself out. Car's back in order. I'm back in order. Good to be here in the new year. It's a blessing. I cannot complain. We lost a lot of people. My boy, comedian, actor Boogie B passed away not too long ago. Rest in peace. I love you so much. I miss you. There's another comedian. He's from New Orleans by way of DC. And he got shot in New Orleans and passed, that was about a month ago. Mm-hmm. And then we had David Arnold before him. David Arnold had just, and the cold part about it is I had seen Boogie B at the Live Factory the week before he passed. He was at the factory on Sunday, and then he performed at the Improv on Monday. And that Friday he got shot and he passed away. And it was the same for David Arnold. So David Arnold, rest in peace, blessing to you and your family. And I seen him just before he passed away, a week before he passed. And it was another guy, little Teddy, a little heavyset comedian, was on Wild 'N Out. Rest in peace, brother. This is just a few. The many was much, much more, but I don't want to dwell on that. But we've lost a lot of comedians right now. So I just want to signify and say I love you all. You will truly be missed. Your laughter, your presence, and blessings over all of your families.
Yeah, we got to be careful out there because the world ain't the same. I mean, it's just crazy out there. Everybody got guns. And people just acting a fool.
Yeah, we just had a mass shooting, didn't we?
Had one yesterday.
Some old man shot some people.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, King, in the last couple of days, man, we done had two, and both of the guys. One guy was 72, and the other guy that yesterday was 67, 68. I mean, the old gangster is coming out now, man.
Yeah, the old and the new gangster gonna come out the way they going on right now. Yeah, man.
Hey, so why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what you've been doing since the last time you was on the show? I know you got so many things going on,
God.
and let's start off like this.
Mhm.
Tell us at least one of your favorite childhood moments, growing up. Because you in DC right now. Did you grow up in DC? And just tell us a favorite childhood moment that made you want to become a comedian.
One that made me want to be a comedian.
Yes.
That is a lot of them. One thing that I thought was really truly funny that inspired me, rest in peace, my father, Albert Butler, missed you so much, passed away 6 years ago. My papa was a rock star, Papa was a gangster. He had a good job. We stayed in Bowie, Maryland. We stayed in the Burbs. We was like the second Black family that lived in that neighborhood. And I remember that neighborhood because before him and my mother had separated, we had just got one of those banana bikes. You remember the banana bike with the big thing on the back,
Oh yeah.
You remember those back in the day? I had just got one of those, and I was riding it up the street, and I really didn't know how to stop it, and I crashed, right? So I crashed into this house, and a dog came out. So a dog came out, was barking, and I was super scared because I was a little kid. I think I was about 7. I think I was about 7. So the dog had got loose, and he almost bit me. So I told my papa about it, and he told me he went and talked to the people, and he said, you need to keep the dog on the leash. It almost bit my baby boy because I'm the baby, right? So a couple of days later, Papa coming home from work, and sometime he would, his car was in the shop, so he was taking the bus to work, waiting for his car to get back. He walks up the street, make a long story short, this dog bit my daddy. So my daddy comes in the house, and he looking at us, and he looked at crazy. We see a little blood on his leg. He's like, what's going on, Papa? And Papa ran up that house, and he shot that dog.
No.
He shot the dog, and then he brought the dog back to the house and said, see, this is what happened when people don't listen. And I thought it was it's not a funny thing, but I honestly thought that he made a really, really bad situation into something.
Hey, man, you know what, man? We got to take a station break, man, but we're going to take a station break, but we're going to come back and talk about your dad and shoot the dog. It's your life. You want to be part of the conversation? That's 1-866-577-2473, and I'll tell you what, y'all, we're coming back with more King Kedar. It's your life, and Dr. Ben.
He love that.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like the magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
The Answer San Diego, streaming now on iHeart.com and Odyssey.com.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James Cooley is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation. Dr. Cooley is here to equip you to strive for greatness and overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, Dr. James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I got my good friend King Kedar here. And I mean, every time me and this cat get together, we chat. I mean, we always laugh and having fun because he's doing what he do. I mean, he's a comedian, actor, all of those great things. A business owner, a father. It probably a couple other things I can throw in there. He's all that, a bucket of chicken and a tuna fish sandwich. And he's what I call my dog, DAWG. You know, so I think we might be having problems with the audio here. I can hear me, but you know, you can't hear me, King? Michelle. Hey,
I am here.
Okay, King can't hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You know, so
King Kedar, is he on mute? Are you on mute?
You know, hey Todd, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it's King. It's at his end then. You know, so, but anyway, hey King, it's at your end, bro. You know, you might want to check it out. Michelle, can you send him a message?
Sure.
But you know, King is doing a whole lot of things, and when we get him back on the line, we're going to talk about some of these things, and we are going to talk about a couple of movies that he's in, a couple of comedy shows, and we're also going to talk about his line and his clothing line. You know, so King, I don't know if you can hear me now. You know,
can you hear us, King Kedar?
Okay. I don't think you can, you know, so, but yeah, Michelle, he has a clothing line. We probably need to remove him and he need to log back in. So we can get him on here. Hey, Todd, you know, this guy,
yes, sir.
He's doing so many things, man. A clothing line, movies, a recording. I want to hear about his recording and all of that stuff, his album that he's working on as well, because I know that's down your lane, Todd. That's down your lane. King, are you back yet?
I'm back now. Now I can hear you.
Oh yeah, man. So man, I was sitting here trying to handle up, man. I was telling them all about the King, all the things that you're doing, your clothing line, your album, your movies, and so why don't you catch us up? What you been doing lately, brother?
Oh, well, actually, it's kind of cool, and I everything that I do, I put it in God's hands, because sometimes, you know, God comes over you to give you the ideals and the presence to do what you need to do. So I had started a clothing line last year, ABO, Abundance, Belief, Overstanding, which breaks down to all Black owned, and I also started working on the album, because, you know, we look back on the past on all the things that we started. And I said to myself, you know, sometimes you got to have that bucket list. Not saying that I'm a super old guy, nothing like that. It's just more so that was one of the things that I always wanted to complete, that I had started and I didn't finish it because I'd done an album back in the day, which was Ice Cold Fellas. It never was released. So I told myself that was something that, you know, because I hear a lot of music on the radio and I know my skill is kind of hot, you know. So what I did was I teamed up with a team of folks, and it's also, I kind of anchored it onto the clothing line because it all blends all together. And that one is all Black owned, ABO as well. But one is a ABO and the other one's all Black owned. And that is myself, Tori Hart, comedian Tori Hart, which is Kevin Hart's ex-wife. She is a musical artist and she's still a comedian. And she's also on tour right now with New Jack City to play. They just was here in the city. So it's Tori. I also have Acting Up, which is an actor. He just finished up a movie with Van Damme. He's also on Star Trek. And then there's another one that's a Jamaican artist, which is the hottest artist in Jamaica, which is ED. And he was on Badlands. He just finished a movie with Bruce Willis as well. So we all have a bunch of comedic actors, singers, rappers. And what I did was I put us all together with a couple of projects that I was doing. I actually was just putting them on the album. And it came out so good. We done a couple of songs. So I started like more so just turning into a group. So it became into ABO, my group, All Black Owned. So it's honestly that will be launched this year. I honestly pushed it back. The date it was supposed to be pushed out in January, but I'm gonna push it back to February or March, because with music you want to be very, very careful, because what I'm going to release has been said to be something that could be historic and something really hot, because it's like the modern day Fugees. So once everybody heard, we had a listening party and they heard that music, you got How You Love That. That's one of the songs. Stop Lying. It's a super hot album that we created, but I just want to make sure when it does hit the fan, people can appreciate it, people can hear it, because we have a lot of artists that come out and it's just another sound that's out there. I don't want it to be that, coming from the king. So I'm doing my own publishing and everything is in-house. So just like the album name, All Black Owned, I own everything that I create. So just like the clothing line, this is one of the pieces that I have on. That is a new piece from ABO, All Black Owned Ensembles. And I have hoodies, shirts, the music. I actually sent you guys a few things from the song that you can see. Where's my finger in there? A lot of things from the song, a little promo. So, all the art comes from my son. So this is an ideal that I had at least 4 years ago for me and him to do the clothing line, because, the boy is him, the line is me. So that's son and pop and daddy, I love a bit of everything, tie-dyes, plaid shirts. I have jeans. I'm coming out with a new shoe. The shoe should be out in March, It's just a whole bunch of new pieces. I have a lot of women's clothing, coats. I have a lot of coats, jackets, sweaters, glasses. I'm coming out with a little bit of everything. So this is more so a focus of my future. When I always talk about Black enterprise, I think, and what it stands for is abundance, belief, and overstanding. So therefore, if I create this now, and I know my daughter, what she does, Andrea, she wants to be a designer. If Papa complete this task, in the end, she'll be able to take that over, and that's Black wealth right there. So that's where I'm pushing everything from the generational wealth. So as anybody could do what I did, is just more so trying to do it the right way and the best way that you could put it out, so it just doesn't come out and it disappears. So I slow walk it. I always carry a turtle with me. I'm big on the tortoise, because the tortoise moves slow, but the tortoise been around forever. So when you create something, just like with Kanye West, they actually call me in the song Clownye West, because I'm super serious, but I'm super talented. And most of them, when we did the album, didn't think that I would come the way I did, but that was my first love, was music. I can sing and I can rap and I can dance. So the projects that I'm putting out is for the future, and for the kingdom, for the wealth of the family. So that's how anything that I create and I do, I slow walk it to make sure that it's going to be successful. Just like Jesus Walk, when Kanye did Jesus Walk, it took him 2 years to bring that album out, just that particular song. So we don't want to rush anything when we creating stuff. You want to take your time. Don't be such in a hurry to put it out. Let it take its course, and it'll always find its volume out in the world so far as its audience. So ABO, I've been working on that album. We've been in the studio for over 5 months creating that since last year, through the end of COVID, got it done. And now we're working on more so the video, and the video is going to be a little different because I'm putting it together as a series. So I'm knocking down 3 birds with 1 stone. So we have the clothing line ABO, We have the album All Black Owned, and then we're gonna do the series with all those characters, me, Tori Hart, acting up, Edie, and we're gonna play out that series for every single song, like something like when R. Kelly did Trapped in the Closet. So that's the vision that I have to release what I want to put down, so people can see me in a different light, and they say, okay, well, we haven't seen you, but we've seen you on movies, we've seen you on television. When are you going to do your own thing? My own thing is now. My time is now to do it and be self-contained, and like I say, all black owned. I own everything I do, and I don't think it would come out any better if I didn't do it that way. I keep on losing your volume, Cooley.
I said, you mentioned a couple of things that we need to unwind. You talk about generational wealth. That is so important. And you're talking about black owned. That's another thing I think is so important, that we have to first get an understanding of what that means, and also have an understanding that our legacy that's coming behind us knows how to handle this, meaning to have an understanding of how to build upon things that we leave behind. But we're going to take a station break. We're going to take a station break.
Into it. I can tell you how to create
it. We're going to take a station break. But when we come back, King, we're going to talk about, I want you to tell our viewers and our listeners how to create that wealth. Some of the things that they need to do. And also, we're going to go back to some of the movies and some of the things that you're doing. If you want to be part of this conversation, that's 1-866-577-2474. We'll be back with more of the King shortly after the break. Is your life.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Odyssey.com.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James Cooley is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation. Dr. Cooley is here to equip you to strive for greatness and overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, Dr. James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And I tell you, I have my great friend who's also educating us on how to go about, first of all, obtaining, maintaining, and building on wealth. especially what he's talking about. He owns all of the things that he's doing. Very talented man. Does so many great things. And as you see, he's a businessman as well. Not just a stand-up comedian, not just an actor. He's all that. But sometimes we have to take heed and listen to others, because we can learn from others. And that can help build us up and also help us pass some things down to our next generation, because they are the ones we want to pass the wealth down to them. We want them to be able to grab the torch and build upon that a little bit more. So if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the phone lines, call 1-866-577-2473, or go to the comments and ask this man any question that you want to. I promise you, I'll get it on the screen and we'll get you an answer. The King. Okay, now you were talking about Black wealth and obtaining that. And you said that, well, I can even tell them how. So, okay, tell people how can they go about, I'm talking about the mindset, first of all, the mindset that you have to have. Because if you just going out there with just, I'm a businessman, and you ain't got the mindset, you don't have a vision or goal or plan, you ain't got nothing.
You ain't got it.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm a more so stand up when I drop this one, because it's a formula. So in my opinion, because everybody has different ways of obtaining generational wealth, but my outlook of it would be a totally different formula. So more so, just like, let's just start with comedians. So a lot of people said to me that you are super, super talented. Why is it that you're so talented and you still keep a job? So the main reason and the main formula that I keep a job is because, to me, entertainment is a fantasy. So it's hit or miss. It's a roller coaster. It comes and goes. You got the best of the best that's been in movies and television, that has a hook, that has a gimmick. Gimmicks come and go. JJ Dynamite. Remember, JJ used to say that, Dynamite, or Rerun used to dance. That's a gimmick. Once that gimmick is gone, that gimmick is gone. So therefore, in my opinion, and I always say it like that, in my opinion, because people like to say, well, you think you know everything. Well, maybe I do know more than you do. So I'll say it like that. And it's better to be that way, because if you get caught up in that mind state of listening to people that down talk you because you do more than them, which I learned years ago from one of my acting coaches, she said to me, and notice that I'll go somewhere and I'll bring it back. There's a reason for what I'm saying. So my acting coach had told me one time, when I would act, I would go down to a person's level in order so they can follow my greatness, as she would say. So she told me I always come down to their level. In life, you cannot come, if you come big, you stay big. You can't go down to other people's levels, because if you do, you hang with 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th one. You hang with 5 losers, you're going to be the 5th loser. I say it like that. So therefore, money begots money. So hang around people and things that you want to be alike. So if you want to be a business manager, hang around a lot of managers. You want to be a technological type of person, hang around those type of people. So in order to do this, you have to have a focus on where you want to be and break it down from 3 to 5 years. Give yourself a picture where you want to be in the next 3, how you want to look, how you want to dress, how your bank account want to look. So in essence, a great man, Simon Saradine, I'll say his name is great brother. He told me, in order to be successful, number one, you must make 15 to 20% in growth of everything that you do financially. So therefore, if you work in a job or you're doing something and that next year you didn't obtain more money for the next 2 years, 9 times out of 10, you're doing the wrong thing. Okay. 2, you have to have multiple streams of income in order to, that equates a millionaire. So that pertains to me saying to myself, okay, if that's the case, then I have to find another stream. Okay, I do comedy, I do acting, I work in Mercedes-Benz, I have my clothing line, I started doing music, I do Airbnb, I rent out cars on Turo, I do a bunch of stuff. So you have to get these, and these little things that I'm telling you, is much more to it, but you have to be focused on finding the right people to help you do what I'm talking about doing. And that part of it is not that hard. It's not, well, how do you do all of them and keep it going and moving? You run around likable people. Everything on the internet is internet based. It's just a little formula of you typing something in, setting the platform for what you want to do. You purchase a car, you put it on the site, you park the car, somebody picks it up, they rent it. You buy a property, you rent a property, you rent it out on Airbnb, it's on a platform. They see the apartment, they pick it, they rent it, you make a percentage of that money after you pay everybody, so forth and so forth. I go to work, I sell cars, I make money. I go do a comedy show, I do the show, I get paid for that show. I sell a hat, I sell a clothing line, I sell a piece of clothing, I make money for that. Generational wealth is through multiple streams of money that's coming in, a money flow that will come in. Just like with property, we'll start with property. A lot of people don't understand that your credit is worth way more than your money. How do I know that? Because I work at Keys Mercedes-Benz, and I've seen people come to my dealership where I work at, and they make over $300,000 a year, but their credit is at the lowest it could be, 400, 500. If you don't pay your credit, the banks will tell you no. And you'll say, well, I make such and such, I make $300,000 a year. Well, Mr. Customer, you don't pay your bills, so we can't give you nothing. Now, that's one to grow on. So therefore, people need to understand that your credit is important more than money in the year 2023, 21, 22, and so forth and so forth on. It's not hard to create wealth. You cannot create wealth with bad credit. That tells a person no one's going to give you a loan if you don't pay your bills. Just like if you come to me and you say, King, let me hold on to $20. Cool, I give you $20. Let me hold on $200. Cool. Now I need $1,000. You didn't pay me back that 20. You didn't pay me back that 100. How am I going to give you $1,000? That's how the bank look at it. So you have to structure yourself to build your credit. Your credit is the key to get you where you want to be in the new millennium. A lot of people don't get that. And if you do have good credit, you can obtain a house with 3% down. 3% down of $300,000 is not a lot of money. Take out your calculator, put $300,000 times 3%. Whatever that number pop up to, that's the money you need to get you a new house. If God give you that house, he's going to set up the provision for you to obtain that house. And in my opinion, that's how it works. So you get your properties. Don't be scared to get a property. Oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. But think about it. You can afford to pay rent every single year and you're not making no money out of it. The day you decide to get that house, you're going to build equity. I purchased the house and it was better than any stock that I ever got. I purchased the house for $155 in less than 2 years. That house went up to $500K. That's better than any stock anybody could touch. Therefore, you have to get property in areas or rural areas that's growing, that's about to be something great. And how do you find that out? You research it. Everything is internet based. So you just search on the internet, what's the next area growing? Like Texas. Texas is growing right now. Their properties are very, very cheap. And they're about to open Disneyland out in, I can't remember the name, but you can Google it. You know, it's in my database.
It's in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Exactly. Yeah, so, that is the perfect place to go grab some property right now, because in the next 5 years, you're going to have a gold mine. So you get it now, and then you move forward from that.
And you're absolutely right, Coach. That's what me and you already know that we are in Texas right now, but you know we are still living in California as well. But everything that you just stated is so true, and a lot of people feel that they can't do this because they don't know how, and they won't reach out to people like you yourself to.
I'm gonna charge them if they call me. You hear me?
Yeah, that's why just to attain that knowledge and that understanding, because anybody can do it if they got the right mindset, and most importantly, if they sit back and listen and learn, listen and learn, you can start multiple levels of income, multiple streams, and you hit it on the line because you mentioned like 5 or 6. The more you have, the more opportunity, and if you're doing it the right way, and if you're thinking all these things out, the more you're going to be successful, and more you get an opportunity to grow that 15 to 20% each year. You know, so that is so important what you just said. Tim, but right before the break, how does what are your thoughts on people getting that type of mindset? You know, pushing the current mindset away and just focusing on what you just talked about. So we got a minute or less to do that.
Okay, I can simplify it. Just stop chasing the wrong thing. A lot of us are stuck on vanity. If you look at the internet, everybody's stuck on the way they look, what they wear. If you got the LV, because I've seen people, some people got LV, Gucci, but you go over their house and they look like, come on now, man. You got on the biggest names of clothing, but yet and still you're not living in the area or have a car to match that. Why wear the bag if you ain't got nothing in the bag? You know, that's a mind state. We need to back up and generate an intensity level of what we want in life, you know, because a lot of people, like a lot of men, they chase women. You chasing after women, you can't lose no money chasing after a job. If you're chasing after a woman, you're going to lose money all the time, because some people chase after things that don't really want them. And that's men and women. So when we chasing after physical things instead of having a mind state of where would I be in the next 3 years, you can never accomplish your goals. If you're going to go to school, why get caught up in messing around with everybody? Now you didn't mess with a guy, you got a baby, you didn't mess with a girl, you got a baby, neither one of y'all ready for it. Now you shut down your path. You still can make it through the path, but you have to focus on where you want to be and what you want to be. So set goals, set 2 and 3 year goals, because your 2 and 3 year goals is going to set forth for the 5th year. So if you're 25, eventually you're going to be 30. So if you think about it, I always did. That's what made me different than most. And most people that meet me, gangsters, hood cats, regular people, they always say, well, you're different. You're different. Yeah, I have a different mind state because, and it's not something that I was taught from home. I came from an unwealthy home, but I walked with wealthy people who taught me how to think like them, because that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be wealthy. I didn't want to be someone that had a lot of money, and I think I'm all of that. I wanted to be the one that got the money and got the bag, and he could disappear and take care of the family, because that's the end game. We don't have to be in front of the scenes to be that guy, because most of the people behind the scenes make all the money.
King, hold that thought. We're going to pick it up when we get back after the break.
Man,
you're putting it down, King. You're putting it down. And if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the phone.
Y'all get your ABO too.
577-2473. We'll be back with more of the King shortly after the break. It's your life.
It's your life.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life.
By now you think it's all over.
overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, Dr. James Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, and I'm here with my good friend, King Kedar, and I tell you, he is laying down a lot of things that I think we need to take heed for. He's telling you how to become successful in business, and he also gave you a roadmap on some of the things that he has done himself that made him be the successful man that he is today in a lot of different multitudes, you know, in business and life, as a father, as a family man, you know, and I tell you, all the things that he talked about is so true. It's just having the right mindset and being able to believe in yourself and knowing that you can do anything you set your mind to with the right mindset. And if you got the God-given talent to just sometimes listen and open up, you know. So, hey, King, I want to pick it back up with that because you also mentioned legacy. I think you mentioned your daughter. You mentioned your son. Are they involved in the day-to-day businesses or some of the things that you're doing where they are actually learning and just seeing how success is made, and we call it how the sausages are made? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, and the reason I'm scratching my head is to figure out how I can say it without saying it the wrong way because of your kids, you know. So I would honestly say my eldest son, he's the one that designed all of the shirts. So he's already in the path of where he wants to be because he's doing art form, he's doing camera taking, he's doing animation, everything that I have on. He can make it move, he can make it walk, he can make it talk. My daughter, on the other hand, she likes to design clothing. So they in the like embryo stage of knowing what they want to do, but they haven't got there yet. So me as a different type of father, because my father didn't really leave anything for us. So I told myself when I was a young child, when I was very, very young in my teens, that I was going to be the one to leave a legacy before I leave, and God bless it. You know, from my lips to his ears, you know, let me stay around long enough to leave a legacy for the family, because most people don't do that for their family. Us as African Americans, a lot of us, some do, but some don't. And it's more so selfishness when people are trying to make it for themselves. And then, you know, we have that generational curse where a lot of families aren't together. Just because we aren't together, we can still be very, very close. And the main formula to staying close is communication. So I do communicate with my children a lot, and we are very close. So the things that they like to do, I found a way to transform into the things that they like. So in the end, just like setting up a trust. So a trust is not hard to set up. A lot of people hear a lot of, you know, different nationalities and their trust babies, and a lot of African Americans like, well, what's a trust? I never had a trust. You know, a trust can be your name, Dr. James Cooley Trust. It would be just like your name. It's not something that's hard to do. It's something that you could pull up on Rocket Lawyer. If you pull up Rocket Lawyer, you will find the trust paperwork. All you're doing is just filling in everything that you need to do. Once you fill in this paperwork, it also gives you a will or what you want to leave for your family. So once you set up that trust, you just open a bank account. And just like you put up for yourself, once you start doing your multiple streams of income, you take a 20% of what you make and you put it into your trust. So if you put in 20% into your trust every year, let's just say after 5 years, and then you start utilizing that money and start backing it on maybe a good stocks. I'm not talking about like penny stocks where you going to lose money, or the other ones, you know, just the different forms of making money. A lot of us get into stocks and crypto, and after a while we make a good money. Once you put that money into, you know, you can do the same thing with your trust. You can open a stock, you can get in the stock market under Pepsi. And I found out, because I really didn't know anything about stocks, the only way you get into it, you get into something that you know. So if you like technology, it's technology. If you like clothes, it's clothes. Something that you know about, that's the stock that you get. and then you can set up your trust with that. And that's how you build that trust. And little by little, that trust is going to grow. And no one, the government, nobody can touch that trust. So you can put your business in the trust, you can put your house in the trust. So therefore, once you have your departing and you leave out of here, so let's just say King Kedar talking all this big boy stuff. He got on his king hat, woo, woo, woo. He got on his little gold chain. He got on his little clothing gear. So what? But everything is about visual nowadays. But let's just say that the king pulls off everything that he said he was going to do. So therefore, once everything is in that trust, I put all my houses in my trust. I put all my businesses in that trust. No one can take them but my children. So therefore, whether they want it or not, they have the choice to jump on the boat, continue the boat because it's yours, or you let it fall, like we know, like some people and some kids, like the old saying, the ones that were broke become rich, and they make their children weaker because they give them everything. I came up unwealthy, and I made sure that my children, some struggle, some don't, but they had enough struggle where they can appreciate everything that they have. And that's the key to becoming successful. Because some of us, we just spend because it's not ours. I never had that blessing to do that. You know, I had to build my own wealth, and I was very, very scared to spend money. And once again, Simon Saradine, a good friend of mine that I met when I was selling cars, one of my first GMs, he told me, you won't know how to spend money. You won't know how to have money if you don't know how to spend it. So you can't be scared to spend money, because money begets money. So the more you spend, the more you're going to get, whether you believe it or not. It is the truth. I'm living proof of it, because I was always scared to spend money, because I had been broke. I had been well off. Then I became broke, and then I was scared to spend money because of course, I didn't want to go back down a rabbit hole. But he taught me, if you make good money, you spend money. And the more you spend, the more comes back to you. That's the universe. So you got to believe in that formula, because everything is a mind state. So once you believe in your mind state of what you're going to get, money flows like water. If you're always worried about a man, you're not going to get a man. If you're always worried about a female, you're really not going to get one. But if you just go out there and you do you, you be you, you're going to run in and attract someone that loves your energy, your formula. She might be a 7, but hey, a lot of people chase after things that's not for them, and you always end up in the same situation. They use you, they get over you. It's not about using people, it's about utilizing people as we walk on the earth. This is only my opinion. You do whatever you want to. But I think it's better to utilize than use people, because you get more, because we all utilize each other to get where we have to go. And if you put the right people in your life, and likable people, meaning the same mind state that you have and believe in, then it's easier for you to obtain the things that you want, and to build this generational wealth, and to set up the pieces that you need to get where you have to go. So
we're down to the last 2 minutes, but man, this is such a lesson learned, and I'm glad that we did not go by the script.
Sometimes it's easy to freestyle.
We went by what's in our heart, and you putting out a lot of valuable information that everybody need to understand, especially when it comes to generation wealth, accumulating wealth, and having a roadmap on how to get those things, and having the right mindset. You know, so what is in 30 seconds or less, I say 40 seconds, give me the biggest takeaway, not just because King is doing all these things, acting, comedy, closing line, all this other stuff. Give our viewers a takeaway on the most important thing they should get from this great lesson that you just taught.
Belief. Belief is the strongest formula on this world. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have faith in your heart, whether you're Christian or not. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. That's number 1. 2, you have to manifest everything that you want. Anything in your eyes you believe in your eyes, anything in your heart you believe, and in your eyes you can conceive it, you can achieve it. So if you believe it, you'll get it. And if you believe it, you move towards it, and you become the greatest that you've ever been in your life.
Hey, King, man, I'm going to tell you, brother, It's been an absolute pleasure always. It's like I said, in time that we get together and get a chance to chat, we got to do this more often. And you got to come back on you got to come back on the show, and we just free flow.
Hey, did y'all show that music? Did you show the music and the video?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it until late, and I had to upload it, and so that's why I had asked earlier for it. But I tell you what, why don't we get you back on again in next month or so, and we'll do the music and we'll do a lot of other things. And brother, keep in touch, man. Pick up your phone sometime.
I do, man. I'm telling you, I've been a busy boy between not feeling good and still going to work. And I was in Africa for 2 weeks, so I had disappeared for a minute. I went to Kenya, went to the motherland. So
we're gonna talk about all that soon, because we're gonna sign off right now. But hey King, I say about a month from now, let's do this again. And I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for always putting together a great show. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. I'd like to thank KCBQ, my producer, Todd, Pirate. And I tell you what, I want everybody to always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.
All black on, baby. All black on.
Life.